I'm here with Ann Chapman, head librarian of Hazlitt Library. Thank you for joining us today.
Well, thanks for having me. Any opportunity I can get to come and talk about the library, I'm happy to come.
Well, we're also going to talk about you today, too.
Okay.
So please explain what you do for Meridian Township.
Okay, well, I am the head librarian of the Capital Area District Library's Hazlitt branch. We have two cattle libraries in Meridian Township, the Okemos Library and Hazlitt.
Wonderful. What's your favorite part about your job?
Well, I have to say, I love the books, love the technology, the space is fantastic, but I got into this profession for the people, and we serve the public, and that's what we do, and that's the most satisfying.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So what impact do you think women have had on the community and the history of Meridian Township?
Well, as far as the library goes, the very first library was started by the Hazlitt Women's Club, and it was started in their own homes.
That's awesome.
And, and it just moved not very far after that. You know, it kind of moved right around the same neighborhood that we're in now. We've had a couple of relocations, but there's always been a strong group of women, including our last relocation. Now, I don't want to leave out the men because we have men in the Friends of the Library.
Sure.
But a very, very strong board. Really did a lot of fundraising and promoting to get us our new location about 6.5 years ago.
Wonderful. Why do you think it's important to celebrate Women's History Month?
Well, I think it's important to recognize anybody that's had a huge role in history, and maybe women haven't gotten as much recognition over the years, and it might be a little bit more important to focus on that. Mm-hmm. But there are certainly plenty of women to honor this month.
Yes, of course. You're preaching to the choir. Do you have any stories you can tell us about interactions with prominent women in Meridian Township?
Well, the first one that comes to mind is Virginia White. She was a board member and trustee, and I'm not sure of all of her titles serving Meridian Township, but I came to Hazlitt 13 years ago, and she was one of the first people that came and welcomed me at the library and greeted me. And she made sure every single year that we celebrated Constitution Week. And even when she moved away, we still kept in touch, and I really was sorry to hear of her passing, because I think she was a very influential woman in Meridian Township.
Of course, yeah. Tell us what women in your life have influenced you and why.
Women in my life. I would have to say of course, my mom was an inspiration. She was a devoted homemaker, mom, devoted to the church, Mass every morning, every weekday. Just an inspiration and a role model. But as far as professional inspiration, I'd have to say my great aunt lived with us, and she really took me under her wing and pretty much made me feel confident that I could do whatever I wanted. And I have two sisters, and I was the only one that did go on to college and graduate school, and I think she probably gave me that little boost.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
I always love to hear those stories of family members who've personally inspired you and supported you, because it's really women supporting women that we get by. How do you hope to inspire young women in your life?
Well, I hope I'm a good role model at the library. I just had a young lady come for a meeting right before I came here. She's a second grader. She's doing a History of Hazlitt Library project.
I love it.
And she picked the library.
Yeah.
So we got to sit and chat, and I hope that those kind of interactions where these young women and young girls, a very young girl in her case, feel really comfortable that my door is open and that we can just chat.
Wonderful. Thank you for being here today and being an inspiration to women in Meridian Township.
Well, thanks for having me.
Thank you.
Mhm.